All right, today we're going to step into the metaverse and we're going to explore something really powerful, something deeply personal. How these virtual worlds are actually shaping the identity and the experience for people with disabilities. I mean, think about that for a second. Could a virtual world feel more real than reality itself? It sounds kind of philosophical, right? But for millions of people, this isn't just some thought experiment. It's a genuine possibility, a chance to completely redefine what real even means. You know, this is the promise that's being sold to us by all the big tech companies and futurists. The whole idea is this kind of digital utopia, a place where the physical barriers we deal with every day just melt away. And what's left? A universe of freedom and brand new opportunities. Okay, so let's really dive into that. A world without limits? I mean, the potential here it's genuinely revolutionary. We're not just talking about a cool new game. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how people can experience the world and, connect with each other. I mean, just think about it for a second. If you use a wheelchair, the metaverse could let you feel what it's like to run or even fly. If you're housebound, suddenly you have a passport to visit, I don't know, the ruins of Pompeii or even a planet in another galaxy. It promises completely new ways to work, to hang out, to connect with a global community, all without the physical and social roadblocks of the real world. So, how does all this work? What's the key that unlocks this whole new world? Well, it's not the headset or the controllers. It's something way more personal. It's your avatar. And your avatar, it's basically your digital self. It's your body, your face, your presence in that virtual space. It's so much more than just, a character you push around a screen. No, it's how you express who you are. It's a tool to explore your own identity, and it's how you interact with literally everyone else in there. But this is where things start to get really interesting and honestly pretty complex. Because when the platform tells you that you can be anyone or anything, that very first choice you make, how to build your avatar, how to represent yourself, that choice becomes incredibly important. It's loaded with meaning. So it all comes down to this core question, this fork in the road. What do you choose when you're creating your virtual self? Do you reflect the reality that you live with every day? Or do you create the reality you've always dreamed of? And this choice really boils down to two main paths. On one side, you've got represent my reality. This is where you create an avatar that's authentically you, maybe including things like a wheelchair or a prosthetic. And on the other side, escape my reality. This is where you design an idealized version of yourself, completely free from any of those visible signs of disability. And for a lot of people, taking that escape route it's pure liberation. It's a chance to finally experience a life without those barriers, to dance, to run, to explore, all without what this person calls the social gaze. Without the stares or the preconceived ideas that can come with a visible disability in the real world. It's about total freedom. But then you have this other perspective, which is just as powerful. For a lot of people, choosing to represent their disability with, say, an avatar in a wheelchair is an act of pride. It's a form of activism. It helps normalize different kinds of bodies in these new digital worlds. It helps build a community, right? So people can find each other. And it sends a really clear message. I'm here, just as I am, and I absolutely belong here. But this idea of a perfect digital world, it's got a catch. That promise of a totally barrier-free reality is already starting to bump up against some very, very real-world problems. Yeah, this is the part where virtual worlds get a little too real. Let's take a look at how the exact same barriers we face in the physical world, both the tech stuff and the social stuff, are kind of being imported, sometimes without anyone even meaning to, into these new virtual spaces. So, the barriers are coming from two directions. First, you've got the hardware hurdles, the tech itself. VR headsets, they can be heavy, like over 500 grams. That's a big deal if you have neck or strength issues. The hand controllers are often a one-size-fits-all design, which just doesn't work for a lot of people with motor impairments. Even the cool new finger tracking tech can mess up if your hands aren't typical. Then you have the social hurdles, and this is a big one. The same ugly stuff from the real world, like ableism and prejudice, can absolutely show up in the metaverse. People face virtual discrimination, which then makes them feel like they have to hide their disability to avoid being harassed. And that completely defeats the whole point of representation, doesn't it? And look, this isn't some small niche problem we're talking about. 1.8 billion. That's how many people worldwide live with a disability. So for the companies building the metaverse, ignoring their needs isn't just wrong, it's just bad business. You're ignoring a huge chunk of your potential audience. So where does that leave us? Is it truly inclusive metaverse just a pipe dream? It can feel a little discouraging, I know. But here's the good news. The metaverse is still basically under construction. It's in its early days. And that means we have this incredible, unique chance to actually get it right from the start. Exactly. We don't have to just copy and paste the mistakes we made in the physical world. We can actually build an inclusive future. And believe it or not, there's a blueprint for how to do it, how to build a metaverse that's accessible for everyone, right from the ground up. So what's on this blueprint? It really comes down to 4 key things. Number 1, design for accessibility from day 1. Don't make it an afterthought. Number 2, we need universal standards. Think about it. An adaptive controller should work on every platform, not just one. Number 3, the companies running these worlds have to create and actually enforce rules to make them safe communities, free from discrimination. And finally, maybe the most important one, empower users with choice. Give them really rich, flexible customization tools so they can represent themselves exactly how they want to be seen, whether that's full-on representation, total escape, or, anything in between. So, in the end, we're left with this one big question. The metaverse is still being built, brick by digital brick. Are we just going to create a carbon copy of our own world with all of its flaws and all of its barriers? Or are we going to take this chance to build a blueprint for a better one? The choice really is ours.